Emmanuel Macron's been hearing a lot of criticism this Wednesday, especially from those opposition leaders on the left. Adrien Quatennens of the France Unbowed Party and Julien Bayou of the Greens. They both told us that they had open and frank discussions with the president. The France Unbowed's envoy, Quatennens, told the press here after his meeting that there was one thing he really wanted to talk about with the president, and that is recent comparisons from members of the ruling party equating the France Unbowed's movement with the National Rally, saying it's just as dangerous. He asked the president his thoughts on this, and the president reportedly said in his personal capacity that he disagrees with it. So the France Unbowed MP asked him to keep his troops in line with that. Quatennens also reminded Emmanuel Macron of the changing power dynamic. He said that if before the executive was, of course, the supreme power here in France for the past 5 years, now the legislature does have more significant importance. And in that vein, he told Emmanuel Macron that his party intends on putting in a motion of no confidence against the Prime Minister, Elisabeth Borne. Earlier, the Greens leader, Julien Bayou, also told us that his party supports this idea of a no confidence vote. He too presented his position to Emmanuel Macron. Notably, he blamed him partially, at least, for the rise of the National Rally far-right party here in France.
Yena, while you were speaking there, we had images playing on our screen of the former Prime Minister Edouard Philippe walking into the Elysee Palace. Any idea what he will be telling the French president? Somebody who is very respected and who Emmanuel Macron would listen to.
Edouard Philippe was Emmanuel Macron's former prime minister. He actually left the centre-right Republican Party to join Emmanuel Macron in his adventure with the centrists. Recently, he created a small centre-right movement called Horizons, and with them, they've managed to get 28 members of parliament elected to this new legislature. They're a part of the ruling coalition, so they're already allied with Emmanuel Macron. So those 28 votes are a lot indeed for a new party, but they won't help Emmanuel Macron much because he's still in dire lack of those MPs to reach an outright majority. Edouard Philippe has been instrumental in attracting some of those politicians from the traditional centre-right party towards Emmanuel Macron, pivoting towards that centrist movement, notably in the south of France, a traditionally and historically right-wing conservative region. He's managed to bring in the mayor of Nice, for example, Christian Estrosi, the regional president, Robert Muselier. He's managed to attract all these people and bring him to this Horizons party, which is in fact a part of the president's centrist alliance. Will Edouard Philippe be capable of convincing more people, or has he reached his limit? Will he be able to pull a rabbit out of his hat in the next few days? We'll have to see.
We'll have to see indeed. Thank you very much for that. Yena Lee reporting there from the Elysee Palace.